Hello.
Hi, Mr. Ryan. How
Hi.
is it?
How are you today?
So far so good, and we can say there is American expressions for the sinner to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to meet you. My name is Ryan,
Thanks.
and I'm from the city of Pittsburgh in the U.S.
Uh, which state do you live in the USA?
Say that again.
Which state do you live in the USA?
Which state? I live in the state of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
So that's in the Northeast, just south of the state of New York.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
My
nice to
name
meet
is
you.
Ahmed. My name is Ahmed. I'm from Iraq.
Excellent.
Mm.
You're only the sixth person ever to call me from Iraq in 6 years. Sorry, 3 years.
Oh, okay.
It's very rare. I love it. That's great.
Thanks. Thanks. Uh, are you tutor or just native speaker, Mr. Ryan?
Uh, did you say am I something or just a native speaker?
Yes. Are you
Yes.
tutor
Ah,
or native speak?
oh well, I am a native speaker and work as a tutor here on Cambly.
Oh, nice to meet you. Good to see you. Okay, Mr. Ryan, let me ask you about how can I improve English language like native speaker? Is there a strategical way to speak English like native speaker? Uh, we are in technology era, right? Use the internet, use the AI. Is there a specific and fast way to learn English?
So I guess the answer to that could very well depend on this question, which is,
Yes.
as far as your English learning is concerned, what do you feel have been the biggest challenges for you, the biggest obstacles to getting to the next level?
Mm. Uh, is there steps to learn English or just to practice?
To practicing, you said?
No, I ask you, is there steps to follow these steps to learn English or just to practice, listen and speak?
Um, I'd say there's steps up to a certain point, right? So like making sure that you know all of the proper grammar rules, which you seem to be doing quite well with. Your grammar is excellent. Um, you know, up to a certain point though, you'll find one of a certain number of things that become an issue. So you can either have issues of not having enough vocabulary. You can
Mm.
have issues of fluency. Um,
How much?
that's a big
How
one.
much?
Go ahead.
How much vocabularies does the person need to speak English? I read list of vocabularies from the expert sometimes to say 5,000 it's enough to speak English or 5,000 words it's enough to speak English. Sometimes to say 3,000 it's enough to speak. How much vocabulary or words native speakers speak in one day? Uh, one word, 1,000 words, 500 words.
So the statistics on that. So there's about 75,000 words total. Okay,
Mm.
85% of daily conversation words are
Mm.
made up of only 2,000 words.
Mm.
Okay. So what I like to suggest people do is to go on to like Google, for example, and search for the 2,000 most commonly used English words. Make
Mm.
sure you know all of them because that's going to get you 85% of the way.
I think this 2000 the 2000 words that's a daily routine. Like wake up, go to job, ask yourself about something to do, go to cinema, go to the school, go to the university, pay the cash, travel, similar that.
So here's the thing. Those same words, though, are used in more complex conversations, right? So we could be talking about, I don't know, artificial intelligence, for example, right? And
Do
even
you
though we're talking about that,
do
we're
you think
still using.
do you
I'm
think
sorry.
do you think artificial intelligence it's important to use it to learn English?
Oh, you certainly could use it. I was just making an example, though. Like if we were like, just pick a subject like chemical engineering. Okay, we could be talking about chemical engineering, and still most of the words that we use are going to be inside of that 2000. Right now, there's going to be very specific words in the chemical engineering domain that are not part of those 2000, right? So those words, obviously, you're going to need to learn more domain specific vocabulary. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you think this book it's useful for me to learn English?
I would say try it, and if you're not learning anything new from it, then probably not. If you're still learning something new from it, by all means continue using it. That's kind of really the test, right? You want to like look at different resources and see, am I getting value from this? If you're not getting value from it, then like for example, a lot of the lessons here on Cambly, a lot of people find to be too simple. So if that's the case, don't do the lessons, or try a more advanced lesson. Practice having conversation instead.
Just reply on my phone. My phone is running.
That's
Okay,
okay.
stay online.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So honestly, one of the biggest skills that I think is the most important. Oh, are you okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. For getting to that next level of like achieving true fluency is not so much the language itself, it's the skill of being able to think your thoughts in English when
Okay.
you're speaking English.
I get it. What about the idiom? Do you think idiom it's should learning as a person who want to learn second language?
Yeah, they're definitely valuable. Honestly, on those, I would add, if there's something that you hear that doesn't make sense, it probably is an idiom at this point. You want to ask about that as you're engaged with your tutor. You can learn them. You can get lists of them and learn them.
Okay. What about the silent letter in English? Should I learn it?
Silent letters are very case-specific situations. So those you'll discover either because you're not pronouncing something correctly. Actually, that's probably how you discover that mostly is like sometimes people will say like the ed sound at the end of a word, and they'll say the
Yes,
ed
sometimes
aloud
to
when it
spell
shouldn't be there.
yes, sometimes to
Right.
spell the T, sometimes to spell the D. Yes. What about the phonemics chart?
I think you're kind of beyond that. Your English is really pretty good. I think you're
Really?
beyond that step.
You drive me to be crazy. I ask myself, am I a native speaker? Okay.
No, not fluent. You are proficient, but not
Absolutely.
fluent.
Absolutely.
It's going to
B1